What's up, guys, and welcome back to MPGL Season 8. This is going to be Game 2 in the best of 2. So the last game between Mineski and Acion Arena. Mikelorus is going to be your caster for today. Let me just fix up this overlay. There we go. Doing it super ghetto, but making it work anyway. And look at that, Mineski are learning. Game 1 was an absolute stomp. It wasn't even close for Mineski. They didn't have a chance. They had a really weird draft, which honestly I'm not really sure would have worked in any given circumstance. Not really sure what the plan was with that draft. Honestly, it just seems like a pile of heroes, and the heroes weren't even like great heroes either. So, yeah, it was a pretty bad draft from them. But now we'll see if Acion Arena are able to put up a repeat performance, because Lich just destroyed that mid lane, right? And Puck had an absolute free time. Ricky, as the final pick for Acion Arena, also put in his fair share of work as well. But it looks like this game we're gonna have at least a game where that ridiculous hero of the Lich is just out. And a Sven, whoa, okay, that's going to be banned out as well. That one's a little bit weird, but yeah, sure, why not? Getting rid of the armor, I guess. Mineski going to go back to their minus armor strat. I don't think there's any other hero that easily gives armor. I mean, not to the same degree as a Lich ice armor or a Warcry, so that is something I guess Mineski can do. But if we see another Alchemist first phase, I'm going to be kind of upset, because the Alchemist had a really bad time. Doom. Okay, here we go. This is at least going to be a little bit interesting. Acion Arena going to grab one of the not powerful first pick heroes in the Vengeful Spirit, but a little more one of the more versatile heroes in the Vengeful Spirit. Can really do her for anything. Makes it so that a Batrider pick gets a lot less appealing for Mineski in the future. Maybe even opens it up for Acion Arena to grab it themselves. Who knows? But you get a play stun, you have a lot of versatility. Keep yourself very open with this first pick. And that's what makes Vengeful Spirit first pick very strong, especially when you don't really know what you're going to be doing yet, which you should know what you're going to be doing by this point. But if you don't, keeping your Vengeful Spirit as first pick is going to be kind of clean and kind of nice. Doom is very similar. We've seen Doom play in almost every single role but mid, actually. We've seen him as that 4-position kind of roamer. We've seen him just safe lane farm. We've seen him off lane, try to be a little bit scrappy there. We'll see what type of Doom it's going to be this time. Right now, it's no indication with this Witch Doctor pickup. But it looks like Doom is going to be going into a real lane this time and trying to get some pressure going. Or just trying to passively farm in the safe lane. It's also something you can do with the Witch Doctor supporting. The lane's not exactly super strong, but for sure for Mineski, they have about equally powerful versatility with their opening as well. I think the way I've seen Doom played that's the most impressive is just that 4-position roamer. Play Doom like he's an Earth Spirit, which is kind of weird to say, but once you actually grab an okay creep, get the Scorched Earth going, you can pretty easily put some serious pressure on specific mid heroes. Unfortunately, Queen of Pain is not one of those mid heroes. You're gonna need someone with the disable in that mid lane and like a troll net if you're gonna get that kill on the Queen of Pain. So that is gonna be Acion Arena covering their bases, just trying to protect themselves as much as they can versus this Doom. If he's gonna be played in that 4-position roaming role, which who knows if that's gonna be the case. But either way, for the Acion Arena side, Queen of Pain going to go towards that mid lane. G played a fantastic Puck in the last game. The differences are quite high between the Puck and the Queen of Pain, but that being said, at least in this game, Mineski have some sort of fast counter. They have the Doom. They have the cast as well, but they have some way of just instantly locking down that one hero. So for Mineski to have some sort of counterplay here, but that mid lane display was very convincing from Acion Arena last game. So Mineski, just as far as skill level is concerned, have got to be careful. But of course, it was an Alchemist IO up against a Puck Lich, and there's no chance for the Alchemist IO there. So maybe the Queen of Pain can have much rougher time this time. By the way, Vengeful Spirit, Queen of Pain, cough cough, wink wink, nudge nudge. Both these two heroes are ranged, neither of whom go towards the safe lane. So Mineski, they are probably gonna have to try to protect themselves. Get like a Spectre type hero. I wouldn't mind actually seeing that banned out from Acion Arena right now. Because mobility initiation, what you need if you're going to deal up against a potential Drow Ranger. The Beastmaster ban is, I think, reasonable. Ember Spirit for the safe lane is reasonable as well. But are you more scared of Drow Ranger? Maybe you should be. Action Arena should be picking up 4th, that Drow Ranger, if they're actually allowed to. Gonna get as much of the Mineski side in their sights before they make their decision. But Darkseer isn't really going to be changing anything. Darkseer, as a hero, well, okay partnership with the Doom, but this is looking more and more like we're going to see Doom a little bit more so on the roam.
5 seconds remaining.
Darkseer just handling that off lane by himself. Vengeful Spirit by herself isn't really great at dealing with the Darkseer. You really need like a Disruptor or a high damage safe lane hero if you're going to deal with that Darkseer. Slark's still in the pool for Action Arena, and yeah, up against Doom, maybe that's a hard sell. Mineski, they're picking up like a whole bunch of safe heroes, and to a certain degree it's fine, but at another degree you're maybe going to be in an awkward spot because you don't have a real game plan. Still liking the Drow Ranger here for Action Arena quite a bit, actually. And they're going to grab the Clock first, who's, lots of people have said going to make a pretty large resurgence. Battery Assault does more damage now. Blade Mail is a lot better now. Plus the Windlace is a pretty big pick. Mineski are going to go ahead and grab the Puck. So they have the Puck Darkseer combo. They're going to pretty much run back Action Arena's draft from last game. And this time Action Arena had the same exact problem as Mineski did last game, where they don't have any fast disables. Fortunately for them, they can still pick up their secondary support, so they can very easily grab someone like a Lion and have a way of getting in on top of that Puck. A hook shot's okay, but it's far from reliable.
5 seconds remaining.
Alternatively, Skywrath Mage actually is looking real nasty here for Action Arena if they want to grab that. A lot of magic spells to amplify. But, regardless of what they actually pick up, Drow Ranger still is a possibility. Maybe they're going to just scope out the entirety of the enemy's side with the final ban as well. See what Mineski are scared of, then make the Drow Ranger pick. Or maybe they're just not on that hero at all, which is entirely possible. Going up against a Puck and a Doom, someone like a Slark is not really super appealing. But I'm actually liking the Skywrath quite a bit here. Like, the silence absolutely destroys the Puck, and if you have a cog set up with a Mystic Flare, you can really easily kill off any given hero. Especially with Queen of Pain and Vengeful Spirit also offering you that backup. Mineski's team fighter is definitely a lot stronger this game. Initiation about on par for both sides. An Oracle is going to be the pick. Okay. Not exactly going to be as bursty of a hero for sure. Mostly just a respect pick versus that Darkseer. Surge and Ion Shell, not fun times up against an Oracle. Is another range hero, just saying. It looks like this is going to be a Drow Ranger draft, actually. Action Arena are almost perfectly positioned themselves for that. And Mineski still needing, I would assume, their safe lane. Slark or Spectre probably going to be the big two that they can grab right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Spectre banned out last box there in the Action Arena side. Whereas for the Mineski side, how keen are they to this Drow Ranger potential? And for backup plans, Action Arena, well, they're pretty mid-rangey right now. They're scared of the Alchemist. I'm not really sure if they should be. They have decent heroes that are just running him down. They're going to ban out the Lifestealer, actually, getting rid of that Puck combo. These two teams definitely have much different priorities from what I thought. I mean, it's not really a bad thing. It's just kind of weird to see these heroes being placed so much priority.
10 seconds remaining.
These more niche kind of corner case heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
Especially when you already have a Clockwork up against Lifestealer, like Cogs is a pain in the ass to just deal with. Oracle as well is very annoying. I mean, that Drow? Ooh, not Drow. Templar Assassin. Kind of a similar hero, I suppose. Hero doesn't have a great time once she gets doomed. But this is almost completely in this full mid-range type of game that Action Arena want to be playing. And try to play kind of not super aggressively, not super passively in the first 10 minutes. Once you hit that 15-minute mark, you just explode in aggression. And Mineski are going to be forced into team fighting then. And to that end, They will need a safe laner who is comfortable fighting. Going up against Clockwork, matchup isn't really too difficult for any given safe laner, but it will make heroes like that Spectre that I mentioned earlier a lot less appealing, as they will decide to grab a Luna, which is very interesting to see. Haven't seen a Luna in quite a long time. Ooh, okay, let's switch that up. There we go. But Luna, as a hero, very, very fragile, and that is something that she will have to be very careful of in this game, going up against all this initiation power, all this burst power. I don't believe you can actually cast an Eclipse if you're 1v1 up against a Clockwork with Battery Assault on. You'll just get mini-stunned too many times. I'm not really sure if that's how it works, Jules. So that might be an issue for Luna. It might also be an issue that Templar Assassin, Queen of Pain, once they get on top of the Luna, they can very easily 100-0 her. And Eclipse may or may not come out there. So Luna will have to be the last one in, and the last one out of that fight. If she gets initiated upon and Faction Arena have their hook shots all calibrated properly, they should be in a pretty good spot right now. Oh, look at this build from the Oracle. I actually like this quite a bit. Going for Blightstone level 1. Now, inherently, the Oracle isn't really a super aggressive hero. With a Templar Assassin safe lane, a Vengeful Spirit going up against Darkseer, and you have Fortune's End, you can put in a lot of extra minus armor, and therefore a lot of extra damage onto the Darkseer. And we'll see what their lanes are ultimately going to land on, but this is an aggressive start for the Oracle. I actually like this quite a bit. Interesting to see just like a 2 bump armor. It's sometimes going to be the most relevant thing in the world. Sometimes it's going to be not noticeable at all. But it really does depend on the lane. Is it a safe lane Quap? It looks like it actually is going to be safe lane Quap. Okay, so a little bit of, I guess, earlier power going up against this lane up top. Queen of Pain can jump in with Vengeful Spirit and Oracle very, very quickly. And Templar Assassin mid lane matchup versus the Puck is perfectly reasonable as well. You don't really want to deal with dodging daggers if you're the Queen of Pain going up against Puck. Whereas for Templar Assassin, she doesn't have daggers to throw, so you don't have to deal with that issue, obviously. Action Arena, let's take a look at, once again, this bottom lane, which once again should be the more passive lane. Darkseer going up against Clockwork. Clockwork very, very poor at dealing with those Ion Shells. You will have to cog out this Darkseer's mana and hope that that's enough. And Darkseer also has to be careful not to get caught in a 1v1 basis up against that Clockwork once Battery Assault is turned on. Mid lane scenario also should be fairly even, but this top lane is definitely going to be the most interesting. Because right, we have a Magic Missile going towards this Luna. Blink in with the minus armor and the right clicks. Cass going to bounce through, do a lot of damage to the Vengeful Spirit. She will fall, however, the Luna's going to fall shortly after. A couple more right clicks, there it is. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade. Scream of Pain I picked up on Gabby. But ultimately, just a couple of kills here and there. Getting the first blood is certainly more interesting than losing any given hero, especially even though Luna did kill then die. She's going to be pretty happy with how that went. Action Arena getting a little bit too overcommitted there. Templar Assassin getting into a little bit of a brawl. They have Fortune's End can be chucked out onto Jules. Another Cass is in a corner, but no Oracle in the area. Means no fight. Vengeful Spirit, kind of bulky for a support hero at level 1, but taking right-click damage from 3 heroes worth of aura from Luna is already a pretty hard sell. So it's a 3v3 lane, and this is actually an okay start for Action Arena. Yeah, losing your Vengeful Spirit, giving up first blood to Luna is not good. But as far as pressure that Mineski can apply back to this lane from Action Arena, I'm not really sure if there's a ton of it. I mean, Luna is going to get a couple of levels worth of experience right now, but the pulls are going to be performed by the Action Arena squad. I guess Jules can go off into the jungle a little bit and get some value that way. But when the lane is just Witch Doctor and Luna, heroes are incredibly weak in a fist fight. Although they will have to rely on, kind of just chip engagements, especially Cast. He's got that extra damage with that blessing. Trading hits with the Oracle, usually not super appealing once the Oracle has that orb, but at this stage, he has the healing, he has the extra damage, he will be winning those trades. Or at least making it so that those trades are worth it. Actually, we're going to have to kind of outspace them. Make sure that the Doom doesn't get any right clicks in. Quick stock on these other lanes, pretty much performing as normal. Mid lane completely even. Bottom lane, Darkseer is having a slightly better time as to be expected. But the Clockwork with the Flare will be able to still get CS pretty reliably. And who knows, maybe even help the top lane occasionally. But it's really all about this top lane. Man, I can't get Orb of Corruption out of my head. I really don't know why. Puck is also in a lot of trouble in the meantime. Spill damage, he has a haste rune. G's gonna pop in and charge right in. Maybe spill damage onto the courier. No, one more right click will get the kill. Oh, one more right click that sticks will get the kill, but the Puck, 3 HP, gonna live, turn around, and G, well, he's gonna actually run in and try to get the kill, but Benner jaunts away. 8 HP, the Puck lives. I thought for sure Templar Assassin would be doing more damage than that, but Puck living at 3 HP is actually going to make her way out unless a flare comes in. Doesn't look like it's going to be fired off just yet. Maybe it wasn't fired off at all. Raging Potato taking a lot of damage here from Gabby, but will survive. Puck also managing to dodge any sort of flare damage coming out from this Clockwork, who's actually going to still stick in it with his lane. Zen onto the Luna right now. Going to connect. Magic Missile a little bit too far away, though. They do have Cask in their sights, and the Cask is going to start bouncing through with the Stomp there from the Doom. Lots of damage being dumped. Blink forward onto Raging Potato. Scream will get the kill. With the Purifying Flames help there as well. Queen of Pain and company will be just fine. Templar Assassin dives a little bit too deep to try to get that Puck kill. Could have, in a different world, seen a very easy Puck kill and Courier Snipe. Alas, that's not to be had this day. So the Puck is going to be a lot happier about that. But this top lane scenario, we could see how much of an issue it is for Mineski just to get constantly poked at. Oracle's level 3. They have the Magic Missile. They have 2 points Scream, 2 points Dagger. 2 points Blink, rather. No Dagger. And they can very easily set up these kills after just a couple of right clicks, especially if Jules gets that far up. Oh man, he's definitely the hardest hero to kill in this top lane, but Raging Potato, he's not comfortably farming, whereas the same cannot be said about Gabby. She's getting all the CS in the world. I mean, not the best for the safe lane, but in a 3v3 lane, farming very, very well as the Queen of Pain. And Luna is struggling. In an offensive lane, Luna can do well, but I feel like they really do need not Doom here. They need like a Vengeful Spirit type hero. They need some hero to just throw out a stun and start the fights. Doom is not that hero. He's able to respond decently once the fight already starts, but once the fight already starts, it's kind of already lost. They're going to do a lot of damage to Gabby. He's going to blink right over Jules, and we'll start bottling up. Looks like they're going to cleanly disengage away from this one. Yeah, that was just a little bit of oversight there from Action Arena. Didn't realize that Doom was looping around them. Buy a little bit more space for this Luna. Get her Ring of Basilius up or something like that. But Doom, unfortunately, not really doing a ton in this top lane. His presence is something, but now they're going to go in one more time. Cass going to be dragged away. They're going to blink right over. 2 Cass, wave through onto 2. Will blow up the Witch Doctor. Gabby's going to run away into the Doom, however. Will get burned down by the Infernal Blade. Raging Potato will fall as the coil does come in. No, he won't actually fall. He's still alive. The fire damage didn't do quite enough. I thought he was dead to a right click. And now with Puck rotating in, they're going to actually clean up 3 heroes total up on top lane. Ben-Hur, level 7 on this Puck. Surviving versus that Templar Assassin made all the difference there. Now has a level advantage over Templar Assassin, a clean level advantage at that. As Action Arena are perhaps trying to play this lane a little bit too aggressively. Not seeing Doom in the area, yeah, I guess would be the time to strike, but at the same time you have no wards anywhere in the area. You gotta know where the Doom is, because once he runs in, you're committed as the Queen of Pain, even though she is going to get a little bit more in the way of Blink. No easy way to get out of there. Not for a long time. Action Arena are going to rotate down towards the bottom lane instead. They have the Oracle, they have the Vengeful Spirit, they have their Darkseer in their sights, but they don't exactly know where he is. And they'll just fly right by. Clockwork can rotate up to the north side now. He's level 4 Flare, not a lot of kill power. He's going to be tempted by a hookshot. He's going to run to Jules. Hookshot, not going to be cast instead. Just puts up the cogs. Batter Assault is there as well. But Doom, because he has a Scorched Earth, not taking any damage from it. As Clockwork's going to have to back off, actually. Screams the line onto 3, but Queen of Pain can't do that much damage afterwards. Clockwork making his rotation way too early. Vengeful Spirit and Oracle in the meantime looking at Ben-Hur. And they don't have any way of being spotted here, so if they go in right now, Ben-Hur is going to get caught unaware. He's going to try to go for the Templar Assassin instead, and now doesn't have any way of escaping the Magic Missile. Here comes the Flames. Puck going real deep to kill off a Templar Assassin, which is not going to happen for some reason. I'm not really sure why the Puck even uses the Orb there. It's very easy to dodge the Orb damage with Refraction. I mean, it's the most obvious thing in the world, so yeah, TA and the mid lane kind of get a free roll. At the same time, it costs them the Clockwork up towards top lane. If you are in a lane where you're maxing out battery, where you're maxing out Flare, you generally want to stay in that lane and get more experience. Get battery assault, because once you hookshot in, you only really have the hookshot. Level 1 battery assault isn't really that impressive. Gabby stuck in the trees going up against Doom. We'll blink over. We'll be just fine, but we can see how much pressure now Mineski are starting to mount towards his top lane. Oracle can't do jack about this. Luna's right click damage is a little bit too high. This is investing 4 heroes, however, up towards top. Templar Assassin happily in mid. Clockwork very happy in bottom. Wants to get to that level 10 mark. Get level 4 in that battery assault, or at least level 3. With no Sonic Wave, there should be no fight here. But oh, the 2 supports are going to call up the coil. Oh, this is going to be bad. Actually, well, Acion's going to break his, but still the Doom's right on his tail. Get chopped down immediately afterwards. Jules grabs a double. Those 2 supports have no business being there. Even though the puck has no Blink Dagger. Like, what are you going to do? Defend this tower as 2 supports? A little bit of an amateurish mistake, honestly, from the Action Arena squad. Like, there's no upside there at all. There's only downside. So, why are you there in the first place? If they have a Sonic Wave, I could see them trying to make a cheesy play there. But they didn't, so I'm not really sure what that was about. And now Mineski, their Luna, starting to get a little bit more farm. As Action Arena have played their hand a little bit too aggressively, given Luna a little bit of an edge. And now, Mineski are looking at a quite nice advantage right now. I mean, yeah, the Clockwork had an okay time. Templar Assassin had an okay time as well. But Luna's recovered pretty much entirely. And Action Arena's safe lane Queen of Pain not getting enough of those kills. And Clockwork tempted at making this hookshot initiation in onto the Luna. Not really sure if that's what he wants to be doing. Here comes the Ion Shell. Raging Potato's going to stand and fight him. It will be purged off. Raging Potato will fall. Clockwork will fall shortly after, however. And Orb forward, Ben-Hur looking for a coil. Once again, going to catch the 2 support heroes. Acion's going to snap his. Fly Solo is going to get out of there as well. Coil note, not a follow-up this time. Action Arena killing off the Luna. That's a big trade for the Clockwork. But at the same time, that was... I mean, Clockwork's trying to play this really aggressively now. Gabs it towards top lane. The safe laner of the Action Arena side getting beaten down by the supporter of Mineski as Jules is going to take this kill easily by himself. Doom and 2 Infernal Blades, Scorched Earth rundown with Wind Laces on the way. It's impossible to escape that. Another kill for Mineski. Darkseer's mechanism is very quickly going to be on the way. And Action Arena, they can no longer contest really easily this Luna's farm. Since Mineski have actually made a full rotation down towards bottom. So for Action Arena, I mean, it's not time really for them to hit their stride fully. Cass can hit with the Fortune's End, wave through. They don't have another hook shot, or they don't have an angle for a hook shot, rather. Looks like they could have gone for it if they really wanted to tower dive, but that's not really what you want to be doing up against the Witch Doctor when a Luna is right behind her, right behind him, and you know it. So Action Arena are going to have to just stall out for a little bit, and that's exactly what they don't want to do with this draft. Always want to be on the aggressive side. EG is farming up towards the Desolator quite rapidly. He only needs that one other hammer. And once that comes up, then Action Arena will have a pretty good shot at reclaiming a little bit more of this lead. Just being able to hook shot in, run in with the Templar Assassin, kill off a couple heroes in just a handful of shots. While that's happening though, Mineski are going to smoke in right before that. They have the mechanism. They don't have a Death Ward, however. Nor do they have a Doom. And their smoke is going to be spotted by the Observer Ward. Clockwork's going to keep himself completely safe. Cogs go up, and he'll bounce a couple back. That was unfortunate from the Mineski side, to say the least. Still have a pretty good angle on the Clockwork. I'm not really sure if they can actually find him, though. He should just teleport out and he'll be fine. And we have a similarly aggressive play from Action Arena coming out on now towards the Luna. Magic Missile has to open up this fight, otherwise you're walking into an Eclipse. Cass is here as well. He's spotted, Raging Potato spotted, Darkseer spotted. This Observer Ward doing so much work for the Action Arena squad. So is this one, honestly. Sees everyone else coming in. And this is just breathing room for the Templar Assassin to get her Desolator up. Tower can take quite a bit of damage here from that orb. Goddammit, Blightstone. But now, Templar Assassin doomed up. Doom's going to arrive, Coil as well. And there's no chance here for the TA. She will fall to the Doom. Tower damage, it's decent, but Death Ward over to the side with the vacuum back. Eclipse now as well. Will burn down the Oracle, drop the Vengeful Spirit very low at the same time. They lose the Witch Doctor, while still there as the Darkseer looking to try to keep the fight around it. They're going to isolate the Queen of Pain out, but they can't kill her, I don't think. They have another beam, level 4. Oh, that's not quite gonna be enough, although with the surge, she's gonna hide in the trees and we'll be just fine. Doom, however, finds the Vengeful Spirit in the back end. Able to chop her down with the Infernal Blade. And ultimately for Mineski, they lose the Witch Doctor only. No one else gonna fall in the Mineski squad. And they even take down the Templar Assassin mid lane beforehand. And that in and of itself would have been a good trade if they traded Witch Doctor for the TA. Getting all the other kills on top of that made it so much better for them. As Action Arena really just chose the wrong place to go in on. You go into an area like this, you're gonna get Eclipse and it's gonna hurt. Vacuum back, Clockwork, not gonna go up to the high ground. So we will be just fine. Yeah, but Action Arena not respecting this Eclipse damage. It is only level 1 at this stage, which is, I guess, not the highest damage, but still, it's gonna destroy your supporting cast. Especially if the Edict isn't at the ready immediately. Like, dream scenario, you just put magic resistance on yourself, absorb the entire Eclipse, and you're happy as an Oracle if you do that. And try to make an aggressive play over towards the mid lane. Not really sure if this is warranted. Oh, Courier's gonna fly overhead. Is this a dead Courier? One more shot. Oh, they got him. And now they're gonna jump in, coil onto 2 heroes with the vacuum back as well. There's no Doom here, but they'll take down the Oracle. Sonic Wave, though, gonna come in onto 3 heroes. Mechanism of the Dark not gonna keep him alive. Although Death Ward off to the side, gonna start shredding through that Queen of Pain. They will cancel it in game with the cogs, but a nice 3-man size for Ben-Hur is gonna destroy Action Arena. Double kill for the Puck. Oh my god, the Puck play in this series has been insane. 3-man orb coils all day. Death Ward really salvaging that fight there from the Mineski side. Not because of how much damage it did, but because it forced Action Arena to fall back and kind of just slow down that fight. Because they had to reposition themselves, try to deal with that Witch Doctor. Doom, even without his ultimate, charging in and being really just fearless. Now Blink Dagger on Puck. Oh, very fully revealed. Action Arena clump up just a little bit too much. Seems like that's been a problem in this game for them. Clumping up a little bit too much, punished by the Puck several times now. Like 3 or 4. Other times it was just a straight up coil. So Mineski getting away with another big win. They have the Doom at the ready. If they land the Doom on Gabby, this is a dead Queen of Pain. Oh, sees it coming just in the nick of time. And Mineski might actually be in a decent spot here to handle this Templar Assassin Desolator. Because that's really the only thing that's going well here for the Action Arena squad. Everything else, kind of mediocre. And Blade Mail and Clockwork, not quite up yet, whereas it is up on the Doom. So he's very happy to just charge in. Even happier now, I guess. He's already happy. Tower damage is going to be really high. Look at this Luna damage with the Pack Leader Aura. Plus 82 is no joke. Plus 69 on the Puck. 91 on the Doom. Like, these heroes are hitting very hard. Drow Ranger, eat your heart out. Tower very easily going to fall for Mineski as they look to extend their gold lead, which is getting really out of control at this point. Not quite as high as Action Arena's gold lead was last game. But still, they're in a very, very good spot. Even though, yeah, you just get a Roshan and the Templar Assassin. Aegis is quite nice. They have to make a play on Jules afterwards, and this is not the hero they want to go on. Got the Blade Mails, got the Scorched Earth. They need a clear line of sight for the hook shot, and that is not there right now. So if they get the Roche, they will probably get a tier 1 tower as well. But in a heads-up fight, Action Arena, they have to rely so much on this Clockwork to get that initiation off. Even if they do, Puck is going to interrupt it. Almost for sure. Puck is now arriving. And Mineski, they want to fight afterwards, but this is, again, not the best spot for Action Arena to fight. So they should probably just back out of here. Just fearing the Luna. Oh, they will lose their Vengeful Spirit more than likely. Going to actually get a little bit of magic resistance, snap the coil, a little bit of heal from the Oracle, and False Promises not even needed. A little bit of an overstep there from Ben-Hur. Tries to get that coil pick off, but yeah, no follow-up. So Action Arena get the Aegis, get the tower. Can they get anything else here? TA's shoving up the top lane, that's all well and good. But Mineski can push a lot stronger than just the TA. They have the sustain to do it, they have the damage to do it. Plus the tower is pretty much dead already, which kind of helps. Mid lane, Queen of Pain's doing what she can over towards mid. The creep wave is pretty big here. The tower's already going to fall, and they're not going to stop on this bottom lane. Pack Leader Aura is doing some serious work right now. With the Luna's Aura as well. 38 straight damage, that's quite a bit. It'll be fortified. So far, tier 1 maybe in trouble for Mineski. not much else. Maybe they can cancel some TPs. Ben-Hur is going to start channeling his. In fact, everyone's going to start channeling. Hookshot in is going to cancel one TP. Battery Assault is going to not cancel the Lunas, but they will push the Darkseer back. Doom stuck right now in the cogs. Death Ward, though, going to shred the Clockwork. However, the Queen of Pain is going to come in now onto the Darkseer. They don't have a Magic Missile. Darkseer does not have a TP, however. They will be unable to cancel that TP off to the right side. They will Sonic with the Darkseer, kill him off. The Clockwork gives his life to get 2. Pretty good exchange overall for Acion, especially for this Queen of Pain. Now a bit closer to that Orchid. Yet that being said, it's still a 2-for-1 tower trade. And Mineski really flexing their pushing muscles right now. Just having this Luna will enable that for you. And that was Acion Arena kind of getting the jump in. So it was a feeding frenzy as much as it could have been. And it was pretty decent for them, for sure. But again, we have yet to see them in a straight up heads up fight. And that's really where the concern comes in. Like, Acion Arena can get those cheesy pickoffs for sure. I guess Blade Mail up on the Clockwork is make fighting a lot easier. But so far we've seen minimal impact from the Clockwork in this game. Like, yeah, you can hookshot in. Now Battery Assault's maxed out, so you'll be doing some damage. But it may be a case of too little too late. Clockwork generally wants to be at least with a kill under his belt by this stage. Like a kill that he set up by himself. Maybe one was stolen from him earlier, but it wasn't super relevant. Scan's gonna be used. See nothing. Smoke now. Darkseer's still pushing forward. Fortune's End gonna get rid of that shield, that shell. Now they're gonna Guardian Greaves up, silence on the Ben-Hur right now. He's Orchided. Eclipse is gonna come out, but the puck is gonna get dropped first thing. Doom onto G, however, will take out the Aegis, but Raging Potato is in a corner. Not a good place for Luna to be. She's gonna have to teleport out of there. The Gabby's gonna jump in, finish off that hero, and now the Clockwork. Chased down by the Darkseer will fall back in time, though. Templar Assassin wants more. Shouldn't want more, though. Doesn't have the defensive power behind her. Well, they will Death Ward her. Now, False Promise is gonna be there. Cass bouncing through, doing a lot of work again for Cass, but now Gabby's going to come around from the side once again. Blink Bar from G. One big shot into Jules. Will get the kill with the Soul Burn. Queen of Pain's Orchid getting it. Just barely. Acion Arena take a 1-for-4 because they get the perfect jump in. Puck is in the front. Puck should never be in the front, but didn't realize that this was actually the front of the fight. The angle there from Acion Arena was absolutely perfect. The Orchid with the hook shot. Setting up for that puck kill. And once that happens, the fight for Mineski is all but dissolved. They used the Guardian Greaves beforehand just to get rid of like some random debuff, I think. And Darkseer didn't even take that much damage, so Guardian Greaves was used in a very mediocre way there for Mineski. Even though the Eclipse was good, it was really good. Wasn't good enough to handle all of Acion Arena by themselves, so it is going to be Acion Arena cleaning up house in a pretty convincing fashion because they get the right initiation off. So if they can keep Orchiding this puck, that's going to be huge. It will be on a timer, though. Ben-Hur should be going for that Yule Scepter right about now. To try to get some sort of answer. That sucks. Try to get some sort of answer to the Orchid. And once you have that, the initiation on the puck is a lot more difficult until Sheep Sticks come up. That's not going to be for a very long time. But Acion Arena have a Templar Assassin who's getting pretty darn big. At the same time, Queen of Pain is keeping up with the right items as well. But Mineski can very easily take a similar fight to what we just saw from Acion Arena, should they be the ones getting the initiation off. Drums Yasha on Luna. She's damn fast. I feel like she needs some survivability, though. And Drums is not quite good enough. A lot of this fight in Mineski just revolves around Mineski's Luna just surviving a fight. Has the lifesteal from the Vlads. Helm of the Dominator, probably a little bit too late for that. I mean, at least, unless you want to just build straight into Titanic, which is a little bit aggressive. Probably just going to be a Manta style build up, honestly, for Raging Potato. Yeah, there it is, actually. Getting rid of that Orchid, the Orchid on Luna that way. Not to mention the damage it gives, but I'm not really sure if Acion Arena can handle a full-on team fight where Mineski are still in position, especially now that the Yule Scepter is all but up on the puck. The team fight is still up in the air, And the Action Arena will not have another Roche for quite a long time. They will have a smoke, however. This is a smoke without the Queen of Pain. Hook shot in, off to the side. They're going to catch the Doom. Where's the Death? Actually, no. Death Ward is right there, actually. It will be a little bit too late to save the Doom. Clockwork still going to take a lot of damage here with the heals. Should be enough for the False Promise to keep him alive. And it will. In fact, he's going to lose no HP. And now Gabby's going to come right in into an Eclipse. But it's not going to do anything, actually. Barely anything. Even if he returned a little bit with the Blade Mail, Ready Pito's all alone. He'll get burned down immediately. The hook shot initiation onto the Doom. Again, not the perfect target, but good enough for Action Arena. Because the Luna kind of gets a little bit too overconfident there. That Eclipse did like 2 beams. Something like that. The Death Ward was a little bit late there from the Witch Doctor to maybe try to race the Clockwork. And Templar Assassin doing some serious damage with the Queen of Pain Sonic Wave. Both of these heroes should have BKB soon, and this is that timing I was talking about earlier. Once you hit this kind of 15-20 minute mark, these heroes are going to kick in and kick in hard. Now they will eventually fall off slightly. Queen of Pain core, yeah, not exactly the best. Templar Assassin can keep up as well, but this is really the time for Action Arena to try to take down these tier 2 towers with this Desolator. Now, Roshan will be objective number 1 first of all. Will be up in a minute. Get what items you can. Is Aghanim Scepter the build for Clockwork in this game? Not really sure if it is. Actually, not really sure what this Clockwork build is going to be at all. Possibly a Force Staff? Is that even good? I mean, he has a lot of gold, but the BKBs on the other heroes means that Action Arena are ready to fight. Will be pretty decent for the Clockwork to grab one as well, honestly. Maybe not as his next item, though. So Roshan, it's all about that. That's why we see G up towards top lane. They already shoved it out. They're going to smoke for it? No. Well, it's Templar Assassin. If she can keep pushing this without being punished, that will be absolutely massive. So Roshan. The timing is going to line up pretty well here for Action Arena. Like, they see the Luna up towards top lane. They can go for Roche very quickly with this Templar Assassin. And, of course, the Venge. But Luna, at the same time, pretty darn quick, as I said earlier. So she can reinforce in the blink of an eye. Actually, we're just taking a little bit more care to push out these side lanes. Bottom lane this time, what they're going to be pushing. Setting up the Observer Wards. You can see how much they care about going for this Roche. The trap is instantly going to spot it. They will not, however, know about this smoke. Although it does seem like they do. I don't think they smoked up under a ward. Did they smoke under a flare? No. Actually, Arena, they must have seen it by something. It must have been a flare. Or they may have just been right in the edge of this Observer Ward range. Either way, this is not a play you make if you're Action Arena and you know that the enemy is, and you don't know the enemy is smoking. This is only a play you make if you know that they're smoking. So, good awareness from Action Arena. I'm not really sure what caused it there. It must have been this Observer Ward. But either way, it's going to get them completely out of harm's way. Now, there is no scan here for either side. And Mineski, can they go for Roshan themselves? If they had a sentry, they can. Maybe kill off that trap, keep Action Arena guessing. But they're definitely more comfortable fighting over the Roche than they are fighting the Roche itself. Flare is going to fly over. See nothing. So maybe Action Arena want to go in and make a poke in. They know that this is not the best spot to be fighting up against an Luna's Eclipse and a Death Ward. Not to mention the coil. But you gotta go when you gotta go, man. Roshan now going to be attempted by the Mineski squad. TP's coming back here from the Action Arena side. Clockwork just needs clear line of sight, and he has it. Hookshot can destroy this fight. Here it comes. It's going to connect, and the Cogs not going to cast it at all, actually. Where's the Cogs? He's not going to get it out. Now he's going to take a lot of damage for his troubles. Eclipse now going to drop. Won't do a ton, however. The coil in the backline is going to catch a couple heroes, keep him out of the fight, vacuum there as well as the wall. But will do enough damage. Visol is going to be able to walk his way out of there. G's in the middle of the fight with the Doom on him. Yes, but BKB is going to keep on swinging onto Raging Potato. Damage from the TA, not enough. And Action Arena, what the hell happened there as the Clockwork? You're supposed to cog there. You're supposed to put them all in the cage. Oh shit, Cass is gonna call the preemptive BMGG. Oh shit, guys, what the hell? Okay, well, Action Arena, they messed that one up. Not to say it was the Clockwork's fault. It was mostly the Puck's fault for messing that one up. Just keeping the coil on 3 heroes in the back, making sure that the Clockwork overshot and the rest of his team couldn't reinforce. But either way, I'm not really sure what happened to the Clockwork. It looks like he was stunned constantly by something. Maybe got bashed by Roche? It must have been.
Is under attack.
Now the tower is going to be torn to shreds. They still have the Pack Leader aura with those glaives bouncing and that Lunar Blessing. And now the floodgates are open. Now we get to see the art that is Luna pushing into Rax's. It's going to bounce all the way to the buildings in the back and the towers and even to the Oracle. Raxes are going to fall here. Hookshot back in. Cog's going to come up onto 2 once again. There's no follow-up damage-wise, however. It's just the clockwork. Gabby's going to go for the Witch Doctor instead, but takes a lot of damage for her troubles. Now Banner's going to jump in with the Coil Orb onto 2. They'll grab those 2 kills immediately, and Luna's back in this fight. The range Raxes will survive. G's going to push forward onto Jules. Right now, Blade Mail not going to do a ton up against that Refraction. She's going to look forward for a little bit more. Raging Potato can't really handle this Templar Assassin. They will trap the wrong way, blink the wrong way as well. Not really sure who they think they're going for, but there's no one there. Now G, he's pushing forward one more time. And it looks like for Mineski, they got what they came for. And they're able to get the Roche, use the Aegis, get the Raxes in its entirety actually. Cardi did the final hit. So Action Arena loses an entire set of Raxes. And this Templar Assassin, I mean, she's doing a lot of damage right now. The problem is that the rest of the team is really struggling to get in. Vengeful Spirit, Oracle. I mean, the Clockwork jumped in but did nothing with it. And soon Bender's coil is going to be Aghanimed as well. Queen of Pain, is she thinking about going for this? She's going to have to land a Sonic Wave on a Puck, which is not the easiest when he has the Yule Scepter. And Gabby should not be going for this. Action Arena, once again, victims of clumping up. It's been the running theme in this series, just clumping up a little bit too much and getting punished. Ben-Hur's in such a vulnerable spot right now. But we'll see it coming, I think. Yeah, he'll get out of there.
Invisibility.
So Luna has her BKB up right now, and she is fully primed and ready to go. And going for a straight push up into another set of Raxes is a little bit too aggressive here for the Mineski squad. So they're looking for a pick-off first. They could use the Doom for a pick-off. So on someone relevant, TA, Queen of Pain, Clockwork, they're going to be more than happy to do so. Alternatively, see a Templar Assassin free up towards top lane? Hey, it pretty much writes itself, right? Now they're going to fall back. They see the auras on the creeps. I wonder what could be giving them that aura. It's a mystery. And Mineski are going to just straight push up the high ground. This is incredibly aggressive. They definitely are powerful enough to get away with this, but the smoke's coming around from the side. Observer Ward is here from Mineski, and they will see everyone. Jules going to blow the entire smoke. Doom not going to be cast just yet. G's going to get kit before he can actually do that much of anything, and now he's not going to get his BKB off. Eclipse is going to drop. Coil's going to drop as well, and Gabby's going to get stunned up. He's irrelevant in this fight. They lost Templar Assassin already. His Action Arena should lose the Clockwork soon after. He's not even doing enough damage to kill off cast right now, as Luna is just tearing apart people in the backlines in their base. The rest of the squad cleaning up what is left of Action Arena. They're going to lose 4. They're going to probably not lose 5 here, but they will suffer so many casualties. But at the same time, look at the health status of Mineski. They barely lost anything. They don't have any of their big ultimates up anymore. G is still here, still has the BKB because he got Doom beforehand. But can he actually do anything with it? Because the glaives are going to be bouncing through, those defensive refraction charges going to be eliminated immediately. Doing a lot of damage to these supports as well. Gabby's going to get a little bit too close. Cogs go up, but Raging Potato doesn't give a damn about that. Melee Rax is already claimed. Puck's going to jump right in. Yule Scepter will keep him safe. He's got a phase shift and the orb out, and he will get all the way out. Raxes will be cleanly taken by Mineski. A massacre of a team fight, quite honestly, which Action Arena walked right into. That Hail Mary move of trying to loop around from this angle is incredibly risky. If you're going to make that smoke play, the safe way to do it is all the way back here. Go up this angle. But that's that initiation from Action Arena, if you can even call it that, not what you want to see. The Templar Assassin walks right into Doom. That is a nightmare scenario for her and for Action Arena. And from there on out, like, it's hard to lose the fight if you're Mineski. Put up your BKBs, just cast your spells, and you're going to win that fight every single time. Action Arena 2 Raxes down with no relevant heroes in order to push back against this. No Nature's Prophet or anything like that. Gabby's going to get jumped a lot of damage. Bender's just trying to force out that BKB charge. Won't do it, but doesn't really cost him anything either, so no big deal. Now, Luna is going to get another item very quickly up. This is the Butterfly being built up by Raging Potato. We got Lifesteal on her as well. And a Mystic Staff for a Sheep Stick. No, for a Shiva on the Dark Seer. And this is the final defense here for Action Arena. They're going to need a miracle right now because the Mineski targets just got so much more difficult to kill. The extra armor on the Luna is huge by both the agility and just the straight helm. A little extra bouncing damage, and they can play this one very patiently. Top lane is pushed out. Mid lane is pushing towards the Dire side. This will be Action Arena with perhaps slightly easier initiation, but they've got to go. They can't allow Rage Potato to do this. They'll hook shot in, jump in there with everyone as well. No Aegis. Rage Potato down before he can get the Eclipse off. Death Ward still being channeled in the back line. No one's interrupting it, although it's going to be interrupted in the end. Coil's not doing a ton. Wall, same thing. Everyone from Action Arena able to dodge that. The Clockwork will fall, but they lose the Luna for it. Action Arena dump everything into that Luna kill, and they do get it. Fly solo. Oh, he's getting a jump by Ben-Hur. A couple of right clicks, and he will fall. The Puck gonna grab that kill solo, although most of the damage has already been done earlier by that Luna. Now the rest of the team trying to go for this tower. Fighting around the wall. Looks like that's a little bit too risky. They should fall back, wait for the Luna to respawn. And Luna got blown up really quick. Physical damage, pure damage on the Queen of Pain ult. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with if you're a Luna. You need an Aegis if you're going to make that play very comfortably. And obviously that wasn't up yet. It's not going to be up for about another minute, I want to say. I want to say that the timer that I saw earlier showed a close to minimum respawn, although I'm not 100% on that. Mineski, they have the Luna back up again. No relevant items on here. No Butterfly, Satanic Completion. They have a Doom in 50 seconds. They have everything else up right now. So now it's time to sit and wait for Roche, I guess. I mean, you try to go for that top lane push. It only really works because you massacre a team fight beforehand. So, yeah, when Action Arena are actually defending, of course, a lot more difficult for Mineski to just bust up the high ground like that. So, perhaps a little bit overconfident play from them. A little bit of a mistake. But still, they can afford to slow this down. What is the timer looking like? Is it minimum? Am I right? Or am I crazy? We've already established that I'm crazy. It is minimum. Look at that. I was paying attention, guys. 4 seconds. It's a 1 second spawn. Now, TA will know about this. Action Arena will know about this. But can they do anything about it? Because mid lane, top lane, they're pushing in. Luna's going to see it. She can do this by herself, I think. Especially with the pack leader aura. Oh, yeah, she definitely can do it by herself. And the fewer heroes they have to commit into this Roche pit, the better. Less chances for, you know, a Sonic Wave or a Clockworks to screw up this fight. Now, Puck is running interference right now. We'll see the Clockwork. Trying to get into his way, mess him up a little bit. Coil will cut off any reinforcements that we saw earlier in that fight. This time, Blink Daggers are up on the Clock and the Templar Assassin. Or I guess, you know, Mobility's up on the Clockwork and Templar Assassin. Blink Dagger on, Blink on the Queen of Pain. Blink effects is what I mean, guys. They will smoke up and decide, screw Roche. We're going to look for a pick off, and it looks like Vengeful Spirit. Oh, she's in a bad spot. Yule's Scepter to set up. The hook shot can come in, but it's just really the Puck showing. The hook shot misses. Rage Potato's still going to pop the BKB, so I guess that's a kind of nice win here for Action Arena. They get the BKB out of the Luna, and now they're going to charge forward looking for the kill here. She's going to get glimmered out, though. Doom now onto G with 3 heroes beating down her. G's going to get a little bit of help from False Promise, though. Not enough damage being dealt to this Templar side, but she snaps the coil, and now she's going to get right-clicked upon by everyone. Eclipse is going to drop as well. Super dead Templar Assassin and Clockwork shortly after. Orb forward from the Puck is going to catch up to Fly. Lift him up into the air. Drop him down to 3 heroes. Dead Oracle. And that's GG called. Gotta pay attention to that coil, but I mean, even if they get that Luna kill, I'm not really sure if they have enough gas in the tank to kill off everyone else, because everyone else from Mineski is so big at that point. Mineski will claim this game. It was not quite as clean as the last game for Action Arena. They will draw it up 1-1. And results from this tournament aside, I think the bigger question is, how are these two teams going to perform in the qualifiers of the Manila Major? Given this performance for both sides, they really have to step up. They really have to step up. I'm assuming TNC is going to get through. Execration, they can pretty much dismantle these two teams. Orange, I want to say, is going to have a pretty good shot here as well, just given Mineski's playstyle. So these two teams have to step up a lot if they want to have a good showing. But for right now, guys, this is going to be the end. It's only best of 2, which is kind of awkward. But you know what? That's fine. We're Gonna be back with more MPGL in the upcoming weeks. But for right now, I'm done. If you enjoy the cast, be sure to hit that follow button on the new channel. Follow me on Twitter at Mikelorus. I'll see you guys next time. GG.